I am Daniel Lucas.
Hello, I'm Alessandro Bantoni and welcome to Food 101.
Food, people. Let's talk about food. So, Shafi, another week.
Yes, how are you today?
I'm fabulous like you, Shafi. Another week, another topic to discuss. So, last week we talked about safety and sanitation.
That's correct, yes. So let's finish up the, the discussion today.
Yes,
Yeah,
in continuation of what we talked last week, is still we're gonna talk about sanitation, people.
most it's like the good kitchen hygiene. That's what what's most yeah.
Kitchen hygiene, people. So, Shafi, what are the kitchen hygienes you want to share with us?
Okay, it's work. We're talking about work kitchen hygiene. We're talking about house kitchen hygiene. Oh, no, well, of course, when you work in a restaurant, one of the most important thing is remove your rings, wash your hands before you start. That's one. When I start, and I was teaching and I was doing chef. The place, sometimes you got people come with so many rings on their hands, and say, it's a little bit difficult to work with that when you're working in a kitchen. So I think you should take it off. When you work in a kitchen, you have to have your hands free,
Yes.
free to collect bacteria. So if you have rings, you have bracelets or watch, they always collect bacteria. It doesn't matter what, but you always have a kitchen and watch, so a clock, so you can miss the time. Don't worry. It's that's one thing. So the most important thing, you remove everything, you wash your hands, before you start working. That's number one. Absolutely. Number two, making sure the counter are always clean. Kitchen counter, it's they always have a rough life, so you can they pass through everything, so they got um cramps, blood, this and that, so you have to clean up. You got to make sure you clean up everything very, very good. It's very important. So like I said last time too, soap first, wash good, rinse good, sanitize, and then air dry. That's a very important thing, you know
Yes. For sure,
then
Shafi.
another thing, wash always your fruits, your vegetable. That's another one. Making sure you keep raw food always chill. Don't leave it out. Maximum. You can stay maybe 30 minutes, but no more than that. Even when you cook, you can't stay more than 2 hours out. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. And always wash your hands every time you move it around. You working with different equipment. That's another one. And keep always the food waste in a closed bin. Don't keep it always open. Make sure it's closed. Sanitize your sink regular base. Sanitize everything. That's a very important thing to keep a nice healthy kitchen. That's for sure.
Yes, definitely. And Shafi, I just want to add something about the remove rings and wash hand properly before you start. I
Yes.
observe most of the people working in the kitchen. They observe that they wearing wedding ring. Is it, Shafi? Is it possible that you're gonna take out your wedding ring, or it's safe that you if you
Uh,
especially if you work in the kitchen?
okay. To respect maybe different
Culture.
religion, different culture, different country. So I don't usually say no. I always suggest would be better, to remove the stuff because is can bring bacteria. But sometimes when people by religion, by this, by that, you can't push people, of course, and I understand that. So, but for myself, what I'm doing, I always get my ring, my wedding ring, always on my necklace. So I never wear it unless I'm close to my wife. Just,
What's your wedding ring?
uh, but yeah, no, I
Definitely.
always keep on a necklace because I'm working 6 days a week. Uh, it's tough, so I don't put it on. I just keep it on my necklace. That's all. And same
Yes.
thing, watch. I don't use watch because everybody else gets cell phone, so you don't need a watch.
Yes.
But then in the kitchen, we always got clock. You know,
Yes. Yes,
and
people, we need to follow those rules. A simple thing, but it really help you to prevent cross contamination. And it number one rule, don't wear anything, jewelry in the kitchen,
yes,
watches, and everything that you put in your hands, remove it before you go or enter in the kitchen before you wash your hands. Because probably in the rings that you're wearing, having, have a bacteria inside and it will contaminate the food that you are making, especially if you're not wearing gloves. Use gloves always, people. Everything you do, especially if you are doing poultry products, or you are 100% safe if you're wearing gloves all the time to prevent cross contamination.
so that's another thing. If for some reason, religion or different culture, they don't want it. People don't want to take out. That's one of my suggestions too. Okay, please use gloves all the time. So use gloves, and there is no problem. But you have to change gloves every time because it's very important that you don't cross contaminate things, so food and everything. So another thing, the long nails too. That's not good. You know,
Yes.
if you go your manicure, whatever, you should not come in the kitchen. Because, oh man, I saw stuff that you can't even imagine. You know, like
You're not
I'm
allowed.
laughing on it because sometimes it's fun to laugh about it, but it's true. There is some people come with long nails, and you have to tell sorry, but you can
Work in the kitchen.
you can't cut with these long nails. It's impossible. What can I say? You know.
you you are not allowed to work in the kitchen if you have long nails. Kitchen.
Sometimes
Okay.
make me think.
Mm.
Make me think sometimes when you can see stuff like that. But if people are professional, they know that, so uh, they try to uh, don't get manicure. Okay. But
Yes,
no, with
people.
all respect, it's understandable. Job is a job, and people are allowed to do whatever they want because it's their own freedom for that. So, but the most important thing, if you can come with the short nail, or you by religion, by this, by that, whatever, and use gloves. That's all. That's all. But you have to change gloves very often because it's very important that each things you touch must have a different gloves. Absolutely. Okay.
Definitely, people. And I just want to add, Jeffy,
Yeah.
about the keep raw food chilled. When you're doing pulto, people, there are different kinds of doing the pulto. Either in the fridge temperature, or running water, or in the microwave. There are three kinds of thawing. So follow them so that every time you do pull thaw, make it safe for you and safe for the bacteria. Most especially poultry products, people. Make sure
Yeah.
the running water also is potable water that can drink and can not contaminate the food that you are throwing.
That's correct.
That's really important. Maintain temperature too. That's a good habit. As we said last week, hot food hot, cold food cold. Maintain
Yes,
those temperatures so that the spread of bacteria will not overflow. Once
that's
they
correct.
go once they go beyond the danger zone, voila,
Oh
they
my
gonna eat
God.
all they gonna eat
Hey,
all
trust
of
me,
your
you don't want that.
yes. So if you are had say cold, make sure the temperature is 39 below degrees Fahrenheit. 40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, people. That's the danger zone. If you are outside the danger zone, bacteria or
They
organism
growing.
will they
Yeah.
grow it fast, multiply.
Oh
So
yes.
maintain those temperature. Very important. As chef said, wash your hands when changing station. Let's say I'm working in Darmanje and then somebody call you to help you in the pastry station, and then you should wash your hand before you go through that station because really important. It's different food, different ingredients, and so that they will not cross contaminate of what you are doing.
Absolutely. Sanitize your faucet is one, and keep food waste in the closed bin. Yes, it's important, not just for that, but just because, the smell, the odors, you got your sometimes, especially in the summertime, you got lots of food flies. It's all like a wheel to turn around.
Yes, definitely, people. Those are the tips that very important.
And don't leave dirty dishes to pile up, because that's another thing in the sink.
Yes, so this must be organized, people.
Yes.
Something that gonna help in the kitchen. And before we go on, Sefia, we want to shout out to the people listening in Australia.
Wow. Yes.
Down The Down Under. Thank you, Australia, for supporting this podcast because Sheffy in Western Australia, we got 70% audience share. Victoria at 23%, New South Wales at 5%, Queensland at 1%, and South Australia at 1%.
Wow.
Thank you, Australia.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Yes, Down Under for supporting this podcast because this podcast is created to empower food, and of course, the safety of the food that we are doing. Safety, sanitation, and hygiene in the kitchen. So, what else, Seppi, that we can add about our safety, hygiene in the kitchen?
Well, most important thing, never mix up, vegetable with, raw food. And when you wash in the sink or clean up in the sink, it's very important. Even the same cutting board, you can't mix up at all. At all. You
Yes.
can't. Impossible. If you say it's going to be in the same dish, it doesn't matter. That's why we talked last week that we have different colors for the cutting board, for the vegetable, for the meat, for the chicken, for the fish, and so that's why you don't mix it. You just use a different one and a different knife, of course. Never mix up, because no good at all.
Shafi, I just want to add that about the grease. Stop grease in its tracks.
Oh
Because in the
yes,
kitchen, we always have grease, people. we
oh
need to
yeah,
clean we need to clean those grease because grease spread bacteria. Okay, especially if you use the microwave and explode the grease outside, you need to clean and sanitize fast because it give cross contamination everywhere in the kitchen. And plus one more, keep the fridge clean. Very
oh
important, people.
yes. That's another
Must
thing too. Yes.
We need to clean the fridge clean, and there is a hierarchy in putting in the fridge. Let's say at the bottom, let's put the poultry products,
That's
right,
right.
Shafi? And
Yes.
then on the top is ready to eat food, and
Yes.
in the middle is like beef, not the poultry, beef, fish, that's in the middle. But on the top, people, it's ready to eat food that will not contaminate the
Yeah, don't
raw
put it
food.
upside down because all the blood is followed down on top of the roof of the already cooked food, and then after you have to throw away everything. That's that's a thing. And after that, you're gonna make sick somebody. No, you
Yes,
don't want that. You don't really want that.
yes. Those are the important rule in the kitchen that you need to follow because people, it prevent cross contaminations.
That's right. That's right.
So, Shafi, before we go on, we are inviting you to grab a copy of our books, people. Not only one, but 12 volumes. Food 101, Volume 1, Basics until 12 is only the books that you need. How to create a delicious food. Available on Amazon and leading online bookstores worldwide. Plus, my Book 101, I'm inviting you to listen to my other podcast, Book 101 review on my third season. And my books are out already too. Volume 1, highly recommended. Volume 2, suggestion. And Volume 3, recommendations.
Wow.
Available on Amazon and leading online bookstores worldwide. So,
And
Shafi,
Christmas coming soon.
yes,
Just to let you
Chris.
know.
Yes, people, Chef and I are planning to have a Christmas menu. Ah, Shafi, remember last year, Shafi, that we did Christmas menu, right?
Yes, we did actually. Yes, yes, that was
From
good.
from dessert, appetizer, main course, and
And like last
what
time
else?
we did, what we divide in different days, no?
Yes,
Yeah, but
different
this
day.
time this time we're gonna do one menu one day. We're gonna make happy everybody
Ah.
one time. Come on.
Yes, people, we're gonna surprise you for our special Christmas menu. Chef Alexander Christmas menu. Or
Yeah, but before that, I want to talk about maybe next time we can talk about carbonara. You know.
uh-huh. Definitely carbonara is something else, people. One of a kind of Italian cuisine, especially in
Yeah,
Rome.
I think people wants to. I'll give you a good recipe for carbonara. Come on.
Yes, definitely. So, Shafi, I'm gonna have a special Food 101 Volume 13 Christmas recipe.
Oh, that's good, man.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
well, how many days before Christmas? I can do it.
Wow, come on, come on. In Japanese,
Yeah.
they say gambate, gambate. Come on.
Namaste. Yes, people, we are inviting you for our volume 13 with Chef Alessandro and I. We're having a Christmas recipe. So tune
Yeah,
in for
Christmas
that
dinner.
Christmas dinner. We're gonna publish it for the end of this month for sure. Good thing Chef Alessandro reminded me. Even I'm too even I'm too busy, I'll make sure to it that we have a Christmas recipe for this year. And for sure, Chef and I will be giving you a good Christmas menu for dinner.
Yes, yes, of course. Of course.
So Shafi, let's do the recap of what we talked about for the sanitation hygiene in the kitchen.
Okay, for the sanitation in the kitchen, most important thing, you have to wash your hands. That's number one. Absolutely. Personal hygiene, wash your hands, make sure uh, You got clean uniform, you don't eat on top of the food. That's the most important. Making sure you're healthy, you're not sick, so you don't make other people ill. That's the most important thing. Um, Proper food handling, receiving the food, the cross contamination. We talk about how to cook correctly the food, the temperature, then how to storage the food, how to proper cooling the food, and of course cleaning and sanitize. That's very, 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 very good to get. And making sure always when the dishwasher's got the if it's a high temperature or it's a low temperature machine, making sure the low temperature got the chemicals, more chemicals than the other ones. The others high temperature got to be a very high degree. So making sure they're all working correctly. And of course, always the most important thing, training your staff and making sure everybody wash their hands. That's the most important thing.
Yes, people, make it a habit because once your habit, it automatically go to your brain. Oh, I wash my hand before I do something. Or I sanitize my station before I do something. Or I need to use the proper utensil, proper chopping board in everything I do to prevent contamination. Or I wash the vegetables before I'm gonna cut or peel it. Something that is already in your brain. Make a habit so that everything that you're doing in the kitchen is already automatic.
Absolutely.
Yes, so Chappy, thank you for your time.
Hey, it's always a pleasure, Daniel. Thank you very much.
Yes, and thank you for our 1 million downloads, people. And of course, FeedSpot for our listen score of 41 and belong to a 1.5% popular show globally. Thank you so much. And we are looking for our 2 million downloads. So please do support.
Absolutely.
And please do support always this podcast because for sure for our next season we are doing our fourth season, people. Our fourth season will be bigger.
Better and bolder.
Yes.
Yes, it will. It
uh,
will. It will. It will. It will.
yes, and Shafi, we forgot our trivia.
That's okay.
Also,
Without trivia.
we don't have trivia today, people. Probably next week we have got trivia for you. So, Shafi, thank you again for your time.
Thank you very much. American people,
See you soon.
take care.